Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll post these in chronological release order. I might need to rejiggle because we're doing the Queen discography. What we're doing now, we're going to look at the live material. For he says effortlessly pointing there, it's Queen live at Wembley Stadium. What do we say? There's been a number of different releases of this because I'm going to try to bring in the CD and the DVD at the same time. I have owned all these and I have watched all these, but I don't own them at the present time because a lot of this stuff, if you've got services like Now TV in the UK, you can actually watch, you know, you can watch this stuff there. So I don't really feel the need to own all of it. Also, if you remember, I taped it off the radio back in the day when they broadcast. I got a cassette, so I didn't need to buy this CD. However, I think there's extra material on here that wasn't on the original broadcast. Because I think the original broadcast was 90 minutes, and this is 110 minutes. Yeah. If I knew what I was talking about, I'd meticulously go through and tell you what was missing and what isn't. But that would be like me, you know. Funny that Now TV has just taken their money out of my bank account. I mentioned their name, and a weird bit of synchronicity there. Whenever my watch pings, it's when money leaves the bank account. So yeah, Wembley was a magical time. It was the live magic. It was a magic tour. It was part of this was already documented on the Live Magic CD, which was a composite album. Remember we talked about that, and it was bits of this and bits of that and bits of the other. It wasn't an entirely synchronous live CD. It was a composite one. It was made of bits of other concerts. Whereas the Live at Wembley disc, originally released 26th of May 1992, the DVD, I think there was two lots of the DVD. They reissued it on the 5th of September 2011. 5th of September, obviously, Freddie Mercury's birthday. Also, the same date me and the missus stepped out. Numbers, eh? Numbers. Um, but we'll talk about the CD first because I'm very familiar with this because I had the cassette and I watched it on the telly, so I'm very familiar with it. And like I say, at this point the Magic Tour trundled into Wembley Stadium, and again the cultural significance in those days of bands playing Wembley. And it still breaks my heart to think that they tore that stadium down and replaced it with the monster that's there today. I mean, when I saw the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, I cried when they did the virtual flyover of Wembley Stadium. I burst into tears because you think of Wembley Stadium, you think of Live Aid, and you think of Queen playing there, and Genesis, and all manner of rock stars. And that was the thing in the 80s. It was a big venue, and this is the band. They were riding high on the success of the Live Aid appearance, which really kickstarted their career. They were doing okay with after the Works, but even the Works tour, they were playing Wembley Arena, which is it 15,000 capacity. I don't know if they were selling it out. I don't think they were, but their career was kind of in the doldrums, and Live Aid really gave it the boost that it needed, a very high profile boost. And so again, historically, that's where we're at with this concert, and it is an iconic concert. And they cover an awful lot of ground. Opens with One Vision. Again, it was a song written specifically about Live Aid and the Live Aid experience, and it's a great opener. It's them. They're kind of returning to their glory, of Live Aid, and I think it's a really good opener. Goes into Tie Your Mother Down. I don't care about that. A little burst of In the Lap of the Gods from Sheer Heart Attack. Where did that come from? And then into Seven Seas of Rye, truncated. So yeah, they get some of their older material in, which I thought was really cool back at the beginning. They do Tear It Up. Again, some of these songs again are truncated for time, as a faux intro to Liar, which again wrong-footed me at the time. It's like, oh, okay. Then we have a kind of magic which is extended. It's 8 minutes 41, and I always thought, again, you have to be there when you see it live. You can understand because there's a lot of strutting around, But when you hear it without the pictures, and this is the thing where I don't always enjoy live albums because it's always better with the pictures, isn't it? It's always better with the smells and the sights and smells of the actual concert. It always feels like it went on a bit too long. Yeah. Then we go into Under Pressure. No David Bowie though. Another one bites the dust. He Wants to Live Forever. So that's Highlander covered. Get a bit of I Want to Break Free. Brighton Rock guitar solo. And again, another slightly longer version of Now I'm Here, which is cool. Second disc, Love of My Life. And I always thought about the placement of Is This the World We Created? I always thought it should have maybe kind of been like the end of the concert, and then they come back for the fake encore or whatever, because it's such a naturally nice way to round off something, like it did on the album. I always thought it was just a little bit, I mean, they do Love of My Life, then go into that. So you got two kind of slower paced songs. Then we go into You're So Square Baby I Don't Care, a cover, the Lieber and Stoller song. And they do a medley of old rock numbers like Hello Mary Lou and Tutti Frutti, Give Me Some Lovin'. You can see why Genesis did a similar thing when they did Nebworth and that, when they did their awful classic rock, thing. Then we go into, of course, Bohemian Rhapsody. You have to do that. Hammer to Fall. I'm just listing songs now. The big one, and they did this a lot, that was Hey Big Spender. They did that on, was it the Christmas one? Was it the Odeon? So yeah, that was an old favourite. Brought out Radio Gaga's another great one here. We Will Rock You. Friends Will Be Friends. We don't have to hear that, but it's only 2 minutes 8 seconds long. So thank you. We Are the Champions, and we again, you end with We Are the Champions and into God Save the Queen as the play out. So yeah, the DVD existed in, I think, two forms. The first one was like the concert. Was it this? Again, we've got to get it right because people are telling me off. You got the Friday night and bits of the Saturday night. Whereas when they remastered it in the 5th of September 2011 edition, you had both concerts on 2 DVDs, which again, for the completist, is great. I don't know which version's better. Again, this is a subjective thing. I don't know which one do you prefer. Do you prefer the Friday or the Saturday night one? Personally, they're both good. So it's all a good thing. Now, what do you buy? I'd say buy the DVD, the special edition one. I think you can pick it up for quids. Maybe I'll put a link to Amazon in the thing. I will earn a micro penny if you buy something. Again, this is the interesting part, because the next few videos we're going to be talking about, there is the CD, but there's also the DVD. And I'm always going to recommend the DVD, because not only do you get the pictures, but you also get, if you're lucky, you got surround sound as well, which makes you feel like you're there. You're in the armpit of the band. So yeah, I mean, it's a great document of the time. I got my tape. All I've got to do now is get a tape recorder, get a tape player. That's all I've got to do, and I can listen to my tape, and I don't have to worry about this. But all this stuff is on streaming services, so you don't even have to worry about owning it. You can go off and listen to it. In terms of recording quality, yeah, I think it's one of the better sounding live albums. Well, it would be, because it was, like I said, it was recorded in '86. And what's really interesting is we're going to talk about it later, after, again, in the chronology. It's quite interesting to see this compared to when they played Budapest, because this is almost like a triumphant homecoming gig, and the Budapest one feels a little bit different, but we'll talk about that then. But again, when I hear this stuff and I see it, it just takes me back to a time when I was like 15 and I really wanted to go. Tickets were £14.95. I could have afforded it then. I would have had money in my piggy bank. Now, you'd have to probably pay, I don't know, £200 to sit at the back. But this is what gigs were like back then, and they were an event, and they were in the paper, and there was a buzz, and they'd even make the TV news. There people talking about them and talking to people in their gardens, listening to the sounds of the concert from their garden. Free. I remember making concerts like this, not just Queen, but Genesis, or even I think even U2 used to play these kind of big venues. You'd hear them, you know, be spoken about on the news programs, saying because it was a big cultural thing. But yeah, it's a good one. It's a sad one because it's the last of this version of the band, and it's happy, sad, one of those things. And again, it takes me back. And sometimes I don't know. I don't know if I always feel a bit comfortable with being taken back, to these places. But definitely one to check out if you want to see a band. Just assured, this is what they've worked towards. This was the pinnacle of their career. Really, it was the pinnacle of their career. It don't get any better than this. It really don't. So, and it also, again, it shows you how important music was back in the 80s, cultural importance, and they could fill out Wembley Stadium 2 nights. Yeah, it was a different time. It was a different time. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully this has been good. I've been talking about Live at Wembley from Queen. And there are many different versions of it. There's, like I say, they've got the CD. There's 2 versions of the DVD as well. So, yeah, be careful which one you pick. Get the later one. Get the 2011 edition of the DVD because it's the more complete one. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. There's only one more thing left to say, and that is ta-da!